But yeah, I'm going to be talking about my journey last year, going through the whole internship process, interview process, everything like that. So the two offers that I got this year, I'm going to DoorDash this summer, Datadog in the fall. And I'm going to be talking about how I got those two offers. But yeah, a little background of me. I do a little bit of TikTok. I do CS TikToks here and there. My username is Uka. And some stuff I like to do in my free time. I like to play Ultimate Frisbee on the Stevens team. Sorry, I didn't say that. I go to Stevens in Hoboken, New Jersey. I like to play chess, poker in my free time and make content. So, anyways, to get started, I start off my interview or internship journey first learning about internships. I had no idea what they were. I was just a sophomore in CS at Stevens, random school. No idea what I was doing. And then I started making content. So my content journey started last year in June. I started, and I just started with like CS POVs, making POVs of like being a CS student, stuff like that. And then I got into things, joining different communities around computer science, like computer science career development and CS majors. That's when I really started getting into the whole internship grind. So there I started with leak code. As Yasin said, I do have over 400 leak code questions completed. Most of them are easies, so it's not too much. I just like saying 400 flex. But I started off on leak code by just doing a bunch of easies. I think that's the best way to start. Just doing a bunch of easies, having fun with it, learning what the questions are asking, and just learning about the structure of the different questions. And as you get used to the easies, that's when you move on to the mediums and the hards. How I did leak code, I actually did TikTok streams every day. So I would go on TikTok live and I would just knock out two or three questions every day. And it would, I think the important thing definitely with leak code is staying consistent with it. Because if you like just do a question here, then you like relax for a week and then just do another two questions here, it's not consistent. You aren't gonna learn anything. You aren't gonna retain anything. So staying consistent, doing even just like a question, an easy question every day to get started is super important when you want to prepare for these interviews. Because if I didn't do that, I would have definitely failed every single interview I had and not have an offer at this point in time. So I think definitely lead code is super important. And on top of leak code, practicing your behaviorals is also very important. So to go over the whole interview process for those who haven't been in a cycle yet or an application cycle, it usually goes, you have your resume reviewed, you have your OA, you have your phone interview, your behavioral interview, and you have your technical interview. And Yasin just walked in. Sorry. Then you have your technical final interview. So there's usually those stages that you go through. And yeah, sorry. Yasin's like, anyways, um, I had to think about what I was saying. So, to prepare for those technical interviews is the lead code part, and to prepare for the behavioral part is where you answer questions like, why do you want to work at this company? What's your favorite project? And that's where you go into things like STAR. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to focus on the lead code and the technical stuff. Um, But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I just stayed consistent, going over the leak code questions, doing one every day. And yeah. Um, if you guys have any questions about the process or anything, I'd love to answer them. But that's me and how I got my offers. Behavioral interviews, usually how I practice those, I went over the most common ones, which was why do you want to work at a company? What's your favorite project? What's another one? Something just like going over the most common ones. Usually companies ask the same ones. And when how you prepare for those is something called like the STAR method. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that. LinkedIn always talks about the STAR method. Um, what STAR means is I actually don't know off the top of my head, but it's a structure that you go over to answer these questions, and it gives you like structure to answer those questions. I could, but yeah.
All right, so Aiden, I'm going to ask you one question, and then like I would like if you can respond to those questions privately. not privately, like one by one on the Zoom chat as the next speaker goes. So the question that I want to ask you is, how do you do well in lead code? Like I am struggling. I don't think I can get started. How do I do well? Like, what can I do? And you know the best interview prep platforms and however you would do it again.
If I were to go back and do it all over again, which I'm gonna have to for next summer, I would use tools like Head Starter, of course. Head Starter is a really cool tool that you guys can use to prep these technical questions. They have a really cool tool where you talk to an AI, and the AI is doing like a whole like 5 course meal interview with you guys. It's really cool. For good roadmaps, I think Code has a really good Code roadmap where it goes over the data structures and it like maps it out for you. It's really cool. I would also use that. But if you're really just starting, haven't touched Code before, I definitely think just having fun with it, like spamming easies over and over again, I think is really it trains your brain to associate Code with fun, even though that should not be associated. But that's how I started.
Yeah, and here's just like and someone who has done someone who I met, he's an engineer in Google Gemini. He basically said most of the interview problems you're gonna get are likely gonna be medium. If you ever get an easy and you mess that up, you're definitely screwed. If you get a medium, you can kind of get it. You're likely not gonna get a hard, but if you get a hard problem and you don't really solve it, there's a good chance you still get the offer or get to the next stage. So it's very great. Aiden, thank you so much for taking your time out. Really appreciate it. Guys, can we just like give him like some love, show him some love? And Aiden, again, if you can just kind of scroll back through the chats, if people are um we weren't able to get through everyone's questions, so appreciate it if you can answer some of them, right?
Sounds good. Thank you, Yasin.
Yeah.